Hi everyone, I'm Marieanne, the Artsie Crafter. If you're new to my channel or you've been here before, then I welcome you all, and I'm hoping that you're all ready for some crafty fun today, because today we're going to be doing three simple page layouts, and I'm going to be working in this month's journal, which is my Bohemian journal. So this is her here with her pretty little tassels, and so I'll be working on different pages, and today I'll be working on this page here, and we're going to be making a curtain layout. I didn't know what to call it, but anyway, that's as far close I can get to describing what I'm going to be making on this page. Of course, you don't have to be working on a Bohemian themed journal. It could be any kind of journal at all, and this will work. You just, what we're going to start with is some simple things, some fabric. So I've got this pretty little green chiffon and some braid, some lace, and some that eyelash trim here. So I'm going to be using all this to create a layout. It's going to be a top corner tuck, I guess you could call it, in the end. So what I'm going to be doing, and you could use any kind of fabric. You don't have to use fabric. You can also use some like some crepe paper, tissue, anything like that will hold, is soft and can crease up into a curtain. So I'm going to make this into a curtain, just for something different. And I am going to tie the curtain with a ribbon to keep it back so that it becomes the corner tuck. So first of all, I need to cut this out, move this back here before I move it aside, and I'm dropping my fabric. I'm going to be cutting this to almost the width of the page first, and then I will do that now while I'm talking. So I'm going to have it about there because I want to be able to keep this pretty leaf pattern on the side of my page. So that will go across the top there, and then now I can move that aside. I'm going to turn this on its front and work from the back, and I'm going to gather this. I'll put some glue on here and gather this fabric up to make a curtain like that, and then I can proceed. Before I do that, I'm actually going to edge this curtain with this braid here, just so that it'll give some strength to this fabric so that it will work properly. I'm hoping it'll work properly as a corner tuck, a top corner tuck. So this will give it some strength so you can slip something underneath. So that's my my plan for using this this trim. So I'll cut that off to size, and I will it's hard to know which to braid. I'll braid that first and then I'll put this on afterwards. I think that would be the easiest. So I'll go ahead and do that. Apply some glue, and I'll speed this up so you don't have to see me doing this at a slow rate, because it will take a little while. So I'll speed this up. And it'd be good if I had some tweezers, might help me gather this fabric. I've got some long nosed tweezers here, and it might help the process. And putting some glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. So just going to be gathering all this this fabric up, and I might have to trim some off. We'll see how we go. Hope you can see what I'm doing. As I said, I'll speed this up. Okay, there we go. I got it done. It was a little bit of a sticky process, pardon the pun, but I got there in the end. To edge the bottom here, I just thought I'd use some of this here to act like a tassel on the edge, and won't take up so much bulk when it's all bunched together. You don't want something too bulky. So I'll go and put some of this on the bottom, and I'll try and get all the little fibers to go downwards if I can. So that's my next little challenge. So I'll go. There you go, got the bottom done, and so I'll leave that to dry first, and then come back and I'll show you the next step. Okay, the glue's fairly dry, so I will put this on the page and I will glue it down on here first before I start tying it up. And as I said, hopefully this will work out. I hope everyone's having a good day. We've got a lovely fine day outside. The sun's shining, which is lovely. It's always lovely to have the sun shining here. We don't seem to have as many sunny days as we used to. There we go. And so we want this on the front. So I might have to glue that down a bit. And I've got some lace here. I thought I'd try the lace, see how that went as a tie. If this works out, I think it'll look very pretty. If it doesn't, well, it's going to be a terrible disaster, but we'll see how we go. Tying a bow in here is not that difficult. It's just a matter of you want this edge straight and this edge to curve around. I was wondering if I should glue this side down and leave this side edge. That might be an idea. That way it will stay down and it will I can still tie it up if I have this all down, glue this edge down, then this can move around and it'll act as a tuck much better, I think. So I might go ahead and do that. I think that will work out better. Otherwise it might, oops, everything's sticking to me. Yes, otherwise it's going to flop around on the page and not hold anything down. I think that's a better idea. So that will work out as a pocket, hopefully. And now it's just a matter of bunching this up and getting it in the right place to tie a bow. I like the idea of the lace, but I don't know whether some ribbon might be better. I got some ribbon here somewhere. It mightn't be so bulky with the ribbon. This one here might be better, and I can't do that, can I? Because I glued it down. Well, we'll see if I can pull that up, if I'm too late or not. No, I can thread this through. Look at those tweezers. That's the other thing, is you could leave that gap there for the thread in case, like me, you want to change it. And we'll see if the ribbon, this thin ribbon, might not be so bulky as the lace. And just have to play around with it. But there we go. And that will hold that. And there's our page. Something very different. And I mean, you know, it could suit, like this is Bohemian Journal. You could do it in the pinks or other colors for a vintage journal. You could do it for a nature journal, all kinds of things you can do, just changing the fabrics and the laces and all that. So anyway, that's that page. And the next one we're going to do is somewhere here. This one here. I need to work on this. I'll move all this away and we can get started on that page. Okay, for this page I'm going to be doing a flip out, and I'm going to be using these papers here. This is a Bohemian lady that I cut out, and this is just some graph paper here, and I'm going to glue this onto the back here, and this is going to be my hinge. And then this panel here, I've cut it out already, and it's going to be my background page, and this hinge I'll tuck underneath here, and that will be that. And then I'm going to put some trim around this as a border. So I'll glue this all on, and I'll attach it to this background page, and then I'll come back and show you what happens next. Okay, there we go. I've got that on the back, and I've glued it to the back of this background panel. So this will get glued onto the page, and before I do that, I'm going to put my lid back on my glue and get some fabric glue out. And I thought I would use this braid just to add some bling to this image, so that's like a frame. So I will cut the top and bottom out and glue that on, and then I'll show you what happens next. There you go. How easy was that? It's an easy way of doing it, and it gives a pretty little frame with a bit of bling around our image. And now I'm going to put this on the page, glue this onto the page, but I'm going to make this a side pocket, so I'm going to have it away from the edge, so when I do tuck something in there, there'll be plenty of room. It can stick out a little bit, it won't matter. So I will glue the 3 sides down. You could glue in the middle and have 2 side pockets, or you could glue around the bottom and have a top pocket. I don't really like huge pockets myself, so I might just do that. I might just make 2 pockets, and this page is about, it doesn't have to be in the middle, but just for convenience sake I will do that. I will just draw that line in the center, and then that way I'll have 2 pockets, 2 side pockets. And I'll put this glue on. I'll use this other glue. So now I've got to remember which side is which. So this is the side you're going to have the pockets. So I have to glue around this side and then in the center. So I'll bring this closer so you can see. There we go. And so now I have 2 little side pockets, and I don't have anything to put in them. So you can see there, I've got 1 pocket there and then 1 pocket there. So that's a nice little page. And then you can go ahead and I've got this little paper clip, hidden paper clip. We made these in a previous video. So if you haven't seen that video, I'll leave a link in the description below. And this one has a little flip out, and then it's got a piece of lace trim on the back, or braid trim, lace trim on the back, whatever you call it. So I can just slip that over, and that will keep this flap closed. Slip that on there in the corner there. You could add all kinds of things. You could add a little cluster, whatever you want to it, but then I'm going to leave it simple like that. And of course that's the pocket at the back, and then of course you've got your flip out and lots of journaling space on there. You could add another pocket in here if you wish, but I don't want to have it too bulky. because my journals end up being bulky enough without adding too much extra bulk. So that's that page all ready to go. And so we've got one last page, and I'll put my glue away and we'll get on to the next one. Okay, for this last one, I'm going to be doing this page, and this has got the lace flap over, so I'll be working on this page. And this time I'm using, I had this pretty little bag, paper bag in my stash that I got some ribbon from Plum Boutique, and they give you those beautiful silver and white striped paper bags. So I thought I would turn these into some pockets. I would glue that onto the page and decorate it. So I've turned over the edge, because this time I'm going to cut this edge open, place this down. I'm going to have a top pocket here and then a side pocket on here. So I'll cut this out first. Just a thin slither. Like that. And I'll glue this edge down. That'll give me a nice firm edge to slide tags or journal cards into that. Okay, there you go. As I said, this is going to be a side pocket, and this double thickness will be the pocket. I'm not going to have an opening there. The pocket will be behind when you attach it to the page. So it makes it nice and simple. No extra cutting. So before I do that, I'm going to, actually I might attach it to, might be easier to attach to the page. We'll just see how we go here. On the back here, we can add some stenciling. I use this one, but I'm going to use some texture paste. I want to see if I can get this close to the which edge. I use this modeling paste, modeling paste. You can use some gesso or some texture paste of any kind, but this is the one I'm going to use. You can use one of these. I'm holding it up to my computer instead of my camera. One of these you can get out and scrape it on, or you could use some plastic, hard plastic, and scrape it on that way. I think I'll use the plastic this time. And to protect the pages underneath, you can get a sheet of plastic underneath your page, and hopefully I won't get near there, so I won't have to worry about that. You just pick some up on like this, and then make sure that your template is firmly on the page. And I'm not going to look for perfection here. I just want some texture on this page, because especially in the areas where the pocket, that paper bag, is not going to be. Okay, it's very messy. As I said, I just wanted it to add some interest on the back. I should have stamped it instead. So I will change that, and my tack here, because we are putting a pocket on there. I don't really want, and I got some on my lace. I will dry that off and I will stamp on it. I think that may be better. Silly me, I wasn't thinking that I was putting that a pocket on there. You don't really want any dimension on your page. That's the case. So I'll go clean up my mess and let that dry, and I'll come back and I'll stencil that with some inks instead. Okay, I've cleaned up my mess, and we'll try this again. So this time I'll go close to this edge, and I'm going to use some ink and this is frayed burlap and a makeup brush. So I'm just going to do it on the outside areas where I think the pocket is not going to cover. I'll move this over to the edge. I can go over that sewing line this time. Okay. So when I put this pocket on, there's a little bit of something behind there instead of just a blank page. And I'm not fond of blank pages, so I can put that plastic away now and we can get on with it. So to decorate this, I'm going to glue this down, and as I said, this is going to be, the back one is going to be a top pocket, so I'm just going to glue these 3 sides down, and I'll do that now. So if I grab this part and my glue, so there we go, and I'm going to decorate. I want to leave this plain inside because I don't want to cover that pretty silver paper. And so what I'm going to do on the outside is, you'll probably think it's very strange because I'm going to be adding some gold, this gold trim here along the edge. And I'll probably just hang slightly over the edge or on the edge. And then I had a bit of an interruption there because I had this and I couldn't find it. It was on the floor, or actually it was in the drawer. This is some braid here, and it's gold and silver. So I thought this would, because we've got a lot of gold here and no silver, I thought this would be a good way to introduce the silver and to incorporate it into my journal, and it will blend in because I've got gold and silver on there, so that kind of justifies being able to use the silver. Not that you really have to justify using silver, but anyway, that's what I'm going to do on there, and I'm going to leave that plain. And this of course is the side pocket here, so to complement that, so this will go along that edge, you'll see that there right on the edge. So to reinforce this little pocket here on the front, I'm going to add this little trim of lace along there, not lace, sorry, ribbon, some silver ribbon, and then in the center of that, just to vamp up the bling, I'm going to add this silver bit of braid in the center of that one there. So you've got, if I can get it all lined up, so it's going to be very decorated. And because this is Bohemian Journal, you can get away with it. But that it doesn't stop there, my decoration. I made these little flowers. So I think I'm going to do a video or a tutorial on how I made these flowers, or flowers like this. And then you can see I've added some, they stand out. You can see the glitter. At least when the glitter doesn't stand out as much on camera as it does in real life. But anyway, I'm going to add this because I don't really want to cover up that silver. I did want to add something, so I thought make these little flowers and add them to the front. So you got some decoration there, and that's our page. Very simple, very pretty. And of course you can do different colors there, different trims, and use up these little paper bags if you've got them. So anyway, I'll go ahead and glue all that down and we'll see where we're up to. Of course, you want to make sure that the glue doesn't glue your pocket closed, so just slide a ruler in there and make sure you get it in the pocket. There we go. So that should be fairly dry by now. Go. And now it's just a matter of attaching these flowers. So I'll glue those on. So that's our page there, and of course when you close this up, it's going to look very pretty. See that glitter through the lace, and you've got some gold and gold. And I just realized that this was supposed to go on this page, but that's why I didn't have to do the background, but never mind, it's there now. So that's where it's going to stay. Yeah, this would have been great on this page. This was supposed to go on this page to go under the gold, and this is things that happened, but you have to adapt, and this matches this page, so that's fine. So for this little exercise, the whole thing is about the layouts. So this one, the layout is making a top corner tuck. So that's the purpose of this page, is a top corner tuck, which I don't do very often. So I wanted to do something special there. And so that's that. I mean, you could do it in paper instead of fabric. And then this one here, of course, is the flip out page. So, and a pocket, 2 pockets here. So that's that layout for there. And of course this layout is using up a paper bag and decorating it up and making pockets out of it. So that's a top pocket and a side pocket. So there. I'm just popping in from the future because I wanted to show you that this one flip out here I wasn't too worried about, but this one is with this little silver page. I wanted it. I was very disappointed because of where I put it. I don't know why I got the pages mixed up, but anyway, I want to show you. I took it off there. I was managed to take it off without doing too much damage, so I'll be able to put something else on there. Oops, move my wires around. I'm all hooked up here, and I was able to lift this up without damaging it too much. And I did tear a little bit along the bottom there. Because this is going to be the pocket here, I just glued on a little panel at the back there. This is just showing you that you can, you know, if things don't work out, there's always a way around it. So now I can just glue this down, and for some reason that one wasn't straight, but never mind. And I can put it further over this time, put it exactly where I wanted it, where I couldn't before. So now I'll just re-glue this down, and of course, us being clever, crafty people, is you know, we can always correct our mistakes most of the time, and sometimes if we can't, then we just have to adjust. But this time I was really disappointed. I don't know what happened, what I was thinking of, how I got the pages all mixed up, which ones I wanted to decorate, but never mind. I've got this one. This is the one that I was definitely disappointed in, not having it on the right background, and I didn't need to do all that, but never mind. I've now got a nice background for this. I can put something else on so that this something showing through that lace, and there we go. So I just wanted to come and show you that I did change it around, just in case, you know, you see this and wondering how I got it on there. That's how I did it. So sometimes you can be lucky and change things, and other times it's too late. You have to put up with what's there, which is with this page here. And I don't mind at all because, as I said, it matches this page here and looks quite nice where it is. I was wondering how come my straight edge didn't match up, because in my head it was supposed to be a straight edge page, which this one is, but there we go. And I'll let you go now get back to the normal viewing, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye everyone.